run in the playoffs. The Buccaneers sail across the Gulf to New Orleans. The Saints look to sink the reigning champs. Next on EA Sports.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans.
Today we've got an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs offense has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
Throwing on first down. Brady, he's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So those are the numbers for Gronk in last week's outing. 5 catches, 65 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
From the 30 on second down, Brady. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
So the assignment, a tough one here for this defense. You've got a quarterback ranked in the top 5 in passing yards. What do they need to do to try to keep him under wraps?
Well, they didn't sleep a whole lot getting ready for this. Well, I can guarantee you there's just so much to combat. But I think they're going to zero in on taking away his top target. Double, triple him if they have to. Make the other guys rise up and try and beat them. They'll feel a whole lot better if those guys win into rounds instead of their number 1 guy.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll make it 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Folk's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
We get a look at Jameis Winston, ready to lead this New Orleans offense for the first time in his 7th season in the NFL and his 2nd with the Saints.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big-time play there for New Orleans. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing, Winston. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Flush to his right. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, it's Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 31, Brady. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this now a 17-game regular season. Because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Nifty move by Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles, and his feet never stop moving?
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Powerful running. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, And
he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24.
Jameis Winston and the Saints ready to go back again on offense.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Winston now to throw on 1st down.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, when it comes to throwing the deep ball, no one has ever questioned the arm strength of Jameis Winston. And this is a beautiful throw right here.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield. And you know, everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady looking for Evans, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas, and he'll be out of bounds. A big connection on that one, 31 yards.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, it's Brady.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Brady.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball.
Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you off, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Time again to see Jameis Winston in this Saints offense.
And it's safe to say he has been getting his money's worth in this one.
I would agree with that totally. Being able to go back and launch it and air it out. And let's face it, it's not just him stepping back and flinging it, though. You've got to have someone who can go get it. And that's important for any.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Brady. To Evans on the slant. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2. Alert for anything out there. Watching for trouble on the road. And making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
But listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. They just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to...
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jason Pierre-Paul. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. To try again after the sack. Winston. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Charles Harris. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Back now here live in New Orleans. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Winston. Flushed out right. There he goes inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Let's go. Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that's the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A handoff to Fournette. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Let's go.
Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big 3rd down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Well, they set him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
Now Brady got to have this one. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
He hits Gronkowski on the out route. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in such a...
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Tom Brady in the offense. Down by 12. 57 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This is caught by Evans. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
Now Brady again. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. Now Brady. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Folk connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Saints, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week.